Okay, so let's continue. We still have quite a bit of time left in the event, of course. We'll do a couple of purple runs. I'm just thinking about which ones to do. We'll do a couple episode 2s. Purple, I could go for Heaven Striker. So we'll maybe do that after this one. I'm just gonna do a very quick episode 2 run, just to get used to the controls with the character, and then we should be good. Do Extermination in Phantasmal World 4. And we'll get our Heaven Striker and Mag back from the bank. Originally I wasn't going to do the run, but I changed my mind. I think we'll do Purple Conjure You, and then once that's done, we'll go back to these runs. I just figured this run is so quick, and I'm already there, I might as well just complete it. Did a 300 a shot. Nice. Gonna just dodge that explosive casually, don't mind me. Hello, Gibbles. The other version of you can't get through that crate, so I'm okay. Pathfinding is not your strong suit, game. I love that you can shoot through that crate, by the way. For people that weren't aware, like, this game is just absolute nonsense with hitboxes. Like, why can I shoot through that solid object? Who knows? Like, they get stuck on it, your bullets don't, their bullets don't. It's a very unwelcome surprise when you play tower and you realize you're behind something and they hit you anyway. Believe it or not, we're almost done with the run already. This run is very short. I killed this Gibbles for the chance of getting a heavenly ability, which would be an upgrade for some of my characters. Also, how that trap didn't hit me, I'll never know. I walked towards it even and it didn't strike me. Anyway, we're just clearing these boxes. And that was the entire run. What a run. Purple has some really wonky runs, that's for sure. So we'll go back to Laser Light Show. The only thing I need is Heaven Striker plus the other thing. I'm kind of curious. I'm at the point where I have so much raw ATP with this character. Like, this character's ATP is now exactly... It's a little beaten by my RaMarL, which is good. I want to have an excuse to use the RaMarL in multiplayer over this character. But in the same scenarios, I'm curious how much better Charge Arm would perform over the shooty lasers. But at the same time, I'm like, man, I just want to autopilot some runs. I think being able to autopilot and save a ton of cash has its own little benefit and reward for me. Anyway, let's go back and get the mag that I put away. I changed my mind. Originally, I was just going to do Fomar, which we'll get to eventually, ID runs in order to get what I need, but... like, oh, Heaven Striker is just so dumb. I can't say no. The allure is too powerful. Anyway, we're gonna go to Extermination, Point of Disaster. People pick this quest because it is one of the fastest ways in order to get to the rare boss of Episode 4. Normally, it is Shamberdin. We call it Scamberdin because it never gives us the items. And it drops Dragon Scale, which is a good component for a mag. But ideally, we're gonna see that boss replaced by something called Conjure You. It looks different. The boss itself looks different. The attacks are basically the same. What is annoying, though, if you're playing the Force, is you have to know that all 3 of the boss potentials of Episode 4 have different weaknesses. So have fun with that, remembering every phase's weakness. It's probably my least favorite part of being a Force in Episode 4, is trying to figure out, does my Gafoe work? Does my Rabardo work? Which one do you want? Because the annoying thing, as I said before, is their attacks are very similar, So it's like, if you're just like, oh, when I was in this boss, I did this. It's not. This boss is sometimes weak to lightning, but then it's also ice, and then it's sometimes fire. It does rotate through them, and they're not always in a way that makes sense. Like 2 out of 3, for example, are weak to ice. It's not like one is fire, one is ice, one is lightning, which would have made a little more sense. But no. And don't ask me which 2 are weak to ice. I just look at the reader every time. I don't remember. I think Scamberton is the easiest to kill. So that would tell me it's probably the odd one out. Since it's generally supposed to be an easy boss to reach, so they don't want to give you a good reward in the Ephinea server for it. I'm going to assume it will be like lightning or something. This ice is kind of awkward to land on that boss. And honestly, even though I have a Mind Mag on, this damage is kind of silly still. Slash mat count. Curious. Did I put any mind materials on this character? Or read the banner as it goes by at the top? Oh, I did. Okay. $33 evade, 56 defense, 28 left. That seems like an endgame setup. So sadly, the RaMarL doesn't usually max MST. But in this rare scenario, I actually do want MST on a melee character. It's purely due to this gun. It calculates all the damage based off our mental strength, aka MST. Well, they're dying to Puyo Puyo. The shame will be eternal for them. Nice little step there to dodge. I do have basic attacks assigned to her. I do sometimes use Barda or Foe. But most of the time I should be using Foe. Yeah, power attacks are just stronger here, even with the Mind Mag. Should have walked forward slightly to avoid that jump attack. You can make him not jump by walking towards him. So if you both walk towards each other menacingly, he doesn't jump. By Buddhas. Attack is so nice. It doesn't quite hit as far as the regular attacks, but it's pretty solid. The AoE range is nice. Auto targeting is hit or miss. It can be kind of annoying when you rotate. Look at the nearest enemy. Sometimes you actually have them all lined up, but because the game wants to look at a close enemy, it causes you to start missing characters at a slight distance. It's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, this character is kind of like the master of this run. Like, I could just like almost close my eyes and do this run. So if the final part of the event is this, I'm totally happy. By the event, I mean the stream. See, we have at least another 21 hours left. It's gonna be fun. So we'll be taking, I think, a food break the next time we do like a real break. Just because eating food is important to maintain energy levels, especially in a 24-hour setting. So I do have something small to eat. We'll probably spend like 5 minutes on that. Proceed with the stream. I was gonna say, I used to do a lot of traveling when I was younger, so I kind of learned all the little tricks if I wanted to adjust my body to like different time zones. Most of them involve when you eat food, how much you eat food. Like, if you wanted to stay up later, eat food later. Let's see, Demon Laser. Yeah, or if I wanted to go to sleep sooner for like a flight and get up earlier, I'd have a later meal. That is super, super critical for maintaining energy levels. So I do want to make sure that I don't skip meals, as tempting as it would be. Ooh, to keep playing the game. Photon Crystal is a great alternate rare. We managed to get a box rare. Pretty much the best possible thing it could have given me, other than maybe Photon Drop. I will take both. That's not the right gun. Yeah, their weakness in episode 4, everything's weak to laser. All you need to know. Pew Pew Laser will take care of the whole game. But when people complain about episode 4, I'm like, have you tried Pew Pew Laser strategy? Not super hard to get. Getting the first Heaven Striker is somewhat difficult. After that, free. Okay, waited slightly. Not because of worrying about the percentage of hit over distance, but because I wanted to make sure it didn't do that weird thing where enemy is moving, therefore you can't hit them. It's a common issue in PSO. Some enemies literally go too fast and the bullets will not register. Which is sad. That shouldn't be a thing, to be honest with you, but it is. We're gonna... I must have held left slightly. I was gonna say, normally that would be enough to dodge. When he's going in full swoop mode, though, we just laser him. My Zeus. Now, I just want to check one thing while we're on this run, actually. So, things I'm looking for. Smart Link from regular Zeus. If it's Pazuzu, because it's rare enemy up, we could get a V801, which I would like. Otherwise, our rares are going to be the Dragon Scale Heaven Striker. So technically, I'm doing a rare enemy run in this quest. It's not the most efficient quest to fight the rare bird, aka the thing that was dive bombing us earlier. But if it does occur, I will get something that I want. Zeus can be found in most quests at least, so it's a pretty easy hunt to do. The problem is Pazuzu loves to never show up. I will get like a million Rappies. Excuse me, and Hilda Tours than I will over the stupid Zeus. In fact, I feel like I'm almost as likely to see a rare Dwarfon, aka this thing, over the Zoo, even though there's more Zoos in this quest. Their odds of appearing are just so terrible. Silly Yowie. Alright, so no rare bird. A stun lock. I don't think I need to do my advanced strat in this room. We'll just keep it simple. Only really applicable for multiplayer. There's different ways you can stand in this room to make sure that they never hit you, but it's single player, I don't really care. Satellite lizards. I want to move forward here to make sure that I'm able to get the Zoo here in the laser blast and also hit people in the back. And then if I'm roughly about here, I don't need to move very much at all to hit the Zoo and the Rappies. So this is just kind of a nice position to stand in for the rest of the room. Kind of nice. Missing rares. I guess I could do my semi-advanced strat. So normally, casting spells in one room will not affect an enemy in another. Except PSO is jank, so if you cast the spell and then enter the room where the enemy is, then it'll do damage. So you can actually prep a few fireballs to kill this thing a little faster. Which was almost relevant. I almost managed to kill it before it reached me. So it just goes to show, if I just had a little more stat-wise, it would have been fine. Horses can do that much more easily because they have better spells. I guess I'll do a normal fireball here. Protect me from the dive bomb. I'll go up towards the crystal. My visual cue of where to go. There are traps around this sand pit, which makes it kind of annoying. So I just found one object in the room that was easy to see, aka the bright pink crystal. As long as I walk towards the bright pink crystal, I will not trigger any traps. I will showcase you some of the traps by walking along the edge as a showcase. If I were to go, like, directly across... Speaking of which... Then you're more likely to hit those traps as you come out. Some of them are damage traps, so they'll knock you down, like that one. So if you were trying to just go around the edge for safety, the game punishes you. So I just wanted to showcase, if you're wondering why I go that direction. For people that might not have run the quest before. It's like one of the few quests in the game I've basically memorized how to get through the traps, so I don't need things like trap vision. And it's not in a place that I need to go through either. Okay, moment of truth. We managed to reach the boss in about 14 minutes. Will this boss be the rare boss? No, it's not. So sad. Scambridon strikes again. What a troll. Alright, so I'm looking for the little spinny blades that have colors on them. So gray, not important. Red, really crucial. If I can kill that one, that would be good. I will settle for any color as long as the boss is near me. If the boss is far from me, I want to go red, because red gives me the longest stun time. Boss died near me, which is excellent. We can see how slow it recovers. Like, it has to go all the way down and then all the way back up. Like, I could literally just hold still here, and the boss can't hit me this entire time. And I'll still kill it in time, despite me literally not doing anything, as you saw, for a few seconds. Red is the best one to hit for sure. That lets us just one cycle that phase. Yellow's a little risky if the boss is all the way across the arena. Most of the time, you're not going to be able to kill it quick enough. Or you just have to time the kill for yellow when the boss is next to you. Which is a good strategy. Okay, since I don't have Mag Blast, what I'm going to do, there's a little trick to get through this room. Oops, not this room. One room over. When you go to the boss, if you hug the wall, it's going to miss you with the tornado attack. So I'm going to do this in case of tornadoes. You'll know it's tornadoes because it puts a big thing on my minimap. Shot missiles at me, that's kind of rude. But I can't showcase why you would do this. Now, if you keep running, the missiles will eventually despawn like they did there. But sadly, they're still going to interrupt me from attacking. Yeah, this thing has a thunder weakness. Ooh, that was a little risky to do because it leaned backwards. We almost have Mag Blast, which will save time on the final phase. Spinners. Oh, spinners are the worst. They mess with your shot with this. Okay, please give me invincibility. Invincibility would be so huge here if we got it. We did not get invincibility. That is so sad. That also saves a lot of time to get Mag Invincibility. I try to time getting Mag Blast specifically for this phase of the fight. Speaking of which... Oh, I couldn't check fast enough. Menuing. Menu fail. I wanted to Moon Atomizer to make sure that I had Synchro, which I forgot to do with is the RaMarL. Game, please. That was another trolling moment where I targeted the spinner and not the boss. It's fine. The boss should die right here, though. Next phase. Alright, so I have 1 or 2 attempts to try to kill this. Let's feed. Ooh, the synchro is terrible. Not gonna one-shot. That's such a shame. So the reason you want to build synchro is so you could kill it with this attack. After it lasers, it usually doesn't laser again immediately if you're at a distance. So this attack will pierce the boss and hit the other side. In fact, we only missed killing it by 100 damage. So had I been paying attention to my synchro, that would have been the final hit of the boss. And it's probably the only boss fight in the game that I'm aware of where you would actively use Mag Blast as like the optimal strategy to kill. And that's why I very much push the Dolphin as the best Mag Blast in the game. Specifically because A, it's high damage, B, the box is broken, C, it actually has a viable endgame strat. There we go. Goodbye, boss. Boss dropped me money, which is good, because my other characters are broke. Ooh, 12,000 Meseta is so much. That's like a room's worth of charge arm I just picked up. Another escape doll, sure. What am I doing in terms of items? Okay. Throw these away, I don't need these. We gained 236,000 experience, so if I do that quest 4 more times, I am guaranteed to level with this character, which to me is just insane. I don't think this character should level this quickly. But welcome to episode 4. What a broken quest. We're gonna do a few more of those. Technically, it's a rare enemy hunt mixed in with the boss run. We're just gonna roll our fingers across the keyboard and not worry about the game name. And yeah, we're just gonna do this basically until we level, / we get to the end of the even beats. So if we get lucky, and it's the rare boss, and we get the rare boss drop, I will have the same gun that's doing the pew-pew laser strategy. So that's what I was saying before. Getting there the first time is annoying, but afterwards, you know, the run was pretty solid all the way through. You can see I could kind of just autopilot. So we'll do a few more of these attempts. It's feeling a little thirsty, so I just hydrated a bit. And then I made a big thunk on my table by accident. That's okay. Viva. Still dark outside near me at the moment. We're going on 5:20-ish. No interesting drops. Soon we will greet the sun. And hopefully the sun will shed light upon where these rare items are. Come on, game. Where are the rare monsters? Where are the items? In fact, I haven't seen a banner along the top in a while. Like, granted, I know there's the time zone difference, but... You know, there are people that play from Japan here, for example. And there are people that play in general. Like, we passed by a lot of people in the servers earlier. So, looks like the server itself is being stingy. But hopefully we'll get items soon. Dorfine was not able to reach me there. That was very interesting. I'm not sure what happened there, but that was very interesting. I was like in the Dorfine, it was missing me. Then it got stuck on a Buddha. Then it missed me again. And then the zoo was trying to attack me, but missed. I did take a little bit of damage. I think the Dorfine did eventually hit me. There's definitely some shenanigans going on there. I didn't quite understand. I may rewatch that later. If there's a magic zone I can get an enemy wedged against the Dorfine and he misses you, that's kind of interesting tech that might be worth doing. Because there are usually other Buddhas with them, and if nothing else it would be useful in this run. Find a consistent way to kill the Dorfine without getting knocked down by Dorfine. Very interesting. Oh, I like barely touched his back foot. I basically dodged that. That was so sad. Yeah, there's the Astar giving me immunity to the Dorfine swing. Single player iframes are so good. I love going for that though when they die bomb. If you got the positioning right, you should always hit. But time it too early and you'll get that weird evasion bug I've mentioned before. The game is like, oh, you hit at a weird angle or they're moving too fast. It just doesn't work. Adoshi Damaru, don't care. Roll no defense, no slots, no interest. At least if it's like all maxed, maybe somebody would collect it, but no. If it rolls like subpar, nobody wants it. At least people wouldn't pay for it, I wouldn't think. Would be the only reason for me to pick that up. I knew he was gonna jump because I didn't walk towards him. I was just hoping the laser was in range, but it wasn't. A little greedy, I guess. Just box money, whatever. I do wish box money was improved by the event. I do feel really sad that it's still like the base rates. Would have been nice to see it actually get increased, because I just feel so unexcited to see the box Meseta. Normally it would be like I'd go over and pick it up, but during the event it's just a total waste of time. Literally better just to keep killing enemies. Oh yeah, speaking of which, fix the synchro a little more since we're here. Let's see if we could get the one shot the next time. Goodbye, Asta. Goodbye, Rappy. Goodbye, Buddha. Are they gonna push me out of zoo range? That would actually be a problem. Ooh, they almost did. That was really close. I think one more strike, I might have actually been at the max distance of laser and it could have missed. That was really far away when that hit. Like, even right now, that's basically max distance laser. We'll take it if we could get it, of course. I'd like to come over here for manipulation reason. I don't really care about the Rappy drops. I'll make them run away. Even with badges, I just don't think it's worth my time. I'd rather do it from here. Although I'm really unlucky the other Astark went away from me. Normally it walks towards me like this and it saves me time. Right now it's not. I missed with the normal attack. That's so sad. I did like the most accurate attack possible so that would hit her. It still missed. So sad. What I want to do here is probably move like this. I can face the zoo, kill the Dorphon. So no rare Dorphon, no rare zoo, no rare Rappy. This is the strat I was talking about before. The Marissa can't actually reach you very easily. So he has to go through the ribcage. Chat was curious. You don't have to do what I'm doing, but it is funny when you do it. It does make it so that the Marissa can basically never hit you. It can put you in the right position for this wave too. Honestly, it's just personal preference what you do at that point. But the poor Marissa. Nothing of interest drops, so we'll move on. How did that poison me from there? I disagree. Also, I meant to power shoot the Marissa and I missed. The other one instead. There we go. I was so worried that was gonna hit me. I went kind of at a weird angle. Interest drop there. We'll pick these up. Could end up with more smart links, but I think at this point, with the 3 I had in my share bank previously, I believe all my characters can wear it, even my forces. And a couple of my forces, I don't really want to use weapons. Ooh, hold on. That fan is making me tired. Let me turn that off. Cool air will also make you fall asleep faster. Like, I'm not really tired, but cool air for a prolonged period was a little much. This will wake me up slightly. Okay, moment of truth. Oh, no rare boss. Brutal. So I'm gonna do this until I level, and then I'm gonna give up on this. Because we could be doing other runs for items that would help me for literally everything else I'm doing. Well, this is a game-changing rare. I do have it already. So I could go for the yellow. Yes. Yeah, I popped it so the tail was pretty close to me. Might have waited slightly too long, but that's fine. You can see, like, it was just starting to move to attack me there. But you have to be careful with the yellow one. If you don't stop it really close like I did, you'd be wasting your time. Like, the only time of the boss where you actually need to know specifically where the boss is relative to you. I'm gonna have a couple dive fluids, and if it decides to tornado, we're gonna go across the right side of the room. Nope, it did missile again. There's the tornado. We already dodged the main portion of it. Spinners. Even made me miss the laser, which is the thing I do want to get hit by. It's so sad. Ooh, I got desynced because of the spinner. Oh, spinner, please. Take the spinner shot. I can still correct this. Oh, if that spinner had hit, oh, if that had hit me, I would have been so tilted. I would have been so tilted because that would have made me miss that. Okay, we're gonna fix our synchro, and let's see if adding 10% is enough to kill. Same weapon as before, same everything else. We're gonna go sideways, dodge the laser, get a little closer, get a little closer. I think that's good enough. Although, ooh, it just lunged forward. Might have been slightly too slow. I really hope I didn't miss it here. Oh, I waited too long. That's so unfortunate. Yeah, if I had just done it like a couple of frames, not even seconds, just frames sooner, I think that would have worked. So right before, it could have started the lunge, but I think it's just like 20 or 30 frames too late. It wasn't by too much, but I should have just waited. If I see it leaning forward in the future, I'm just gonna let it reset. Because there are portions where technically it's there, but it's just not targetable. Okay, can you at least give me a dragon scale or something? No? Alright, chat, let's look up the odds of dragon scale since we're here. Not all that great, apparently. 1 in 46. So about the same odds of a magic stone or Arista. I mean, I don't need any more. In fact, I have spare ones. But some people do want it for the Talisius mech. Very easy to feed, and it gives you the best stats. Mono fluid. Okay, nothing of interest dropped. Shame. 2 more runs, and we'll switch what run we do. And we'll stick with purple for probably, as I said before, another 2 hours or so. I think every break will more or less be once per character. And if I switch characters, I guess I could always just do a break in the YouTube video, separate from my own personal breaks. Sure. We'll do 4 of these. Somebody's already living the lobby life and rotating. So a couple more of these. Oh, I've leveled up, which is insane. And I don't really need Pew Pew Laser for it. I mean, in theory, I could do more of these. I just don't find Pod the most exciting thing ever. I feel like I'm more focused on the other episode ones. This is kind of one of those ones. If there are a lot of people in chat, this is a great quest to have other conversations on. Not this, I can autopilot this almost all day. It's like this in TTF. I don't need to think super hard at any point during the mission. So I can focus on, you know, reviewing chat comments and stuff like that. But we're kind of at a dead hour right now. Approaching 5:30, which is good. People in my time zone should be sleeping. But here we are. Goodbye, Astrar. Almost said Astrarch. Adding in extra letters. Bye. If I can replicate what happened in the previous run. Is there a way to wedge an enemy against the Dwarfon? Make it so that he thinks he's hitting me, but he can't. What? Oh! What is the Zeus hitbox? I couldn't move. That was really weird. That was really weird. I couldn't go left or right. I had to actually move forward to escape. That was really weird. Hitboxes in this game don't make sense. Like, I understand I couldn't go backwards, right? I mean, like, his feet were there, but, like, I couldn't even go, like, right. It wouldn't let me. I had to, like, do, like, a small step like this. It was very weird. Anyway, that small rock is still useful as a backup strategy. Oh, I forgot to get a Moon Atomizers, I just realized. If I see any, I'll have to pick them up. And sadly, I don't think I used any stars. There's one behind me. Oh, confused. I'm trying to think about roughly how many photon drops I think I would get in a 24-hour period. I don't think I've ever thought about that before. We're averaging one, like, every 30 minutes or so. That's still potentially a lot of photon drops. But as many things in PSO, that rate could fluctuate. Could be once every 40, once every 50. Maybe we just had a burst. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I should not have been hit by that. I was literally rotating to aim my gun. Like, I was walking away, and I just did, like a that motion. And that small step I took, enough for me to get hit, even though it was also mostly stationary. Dwarfons are dumb, chat, is what I'm getting at. I should have just attacked. Didn't even need to heal there. There we go. That actually took longer because I chose to heal. And not just because of, like, the heal frames, but it caused me to get hit. So sad. Kill this thing. Yeah, Pod is okay. Pod's like one of those things, I like to end streams with it, but I don't like to run it repeatedly back to back. It's not a quest I super enjoy. It's fine every now and then. It's like a palate cleanser after you've done like a really annoying grind. It's something I like to go back to, but it's like, could I focus on this for like 3, 6, 10, 24 hours? Absolutely not. So we'll get about an hour in a pod, and we'll move to the other quest. And then I actually want to try the episode 2 quest clear with the Hell Laser. Since single player, they have lower EDK than in multiplayer, which makes a really huge difference in clear time. And I think with my current armor, Aura Field, I think that's why I got Aura Field. I'm pretty sure it's Aura Field, right? Unless talking nonsense. Oh, excuse me, Brightness Circle. The reason I got Brightness Circle was for the EDK resistance, not because I'm going to be fighting a lot of lilies, but specifically because the annoying apes have a low-end Vigid, and I have fought them with like 15 EDK before, and they have killed me with it, and I'm like, let's never have that happen again. So that's why I wear this armor on this character. Oh, I did hit it, but it was just too slow. So sad. I was gonna say, even though I aim weird, I'm pretty sure that would still hit. His lasers just do funny things. Yeah, I think these rocks will help me. I think. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, rocks. With lasers, I can abuse terrain more easily. There's a lot of inventive strats you could do to avoid getting hit. Like, if you can't just tank a shot like I did there, terrain is your friend. Alright, I was making sure I walked towards him for a little bit, just to trick him into just keep walking at me. That's what I was mentioning before. So they are AI you can manip. It could just be really annoying if you're already fighting one and another one walks at you the same way. Okay, no items of interest. But hey, at least we got a photon crystal out of one of the attempts, so still worth checking. Oh, I didn't have any star atomizers at all. I thought it was at 10. Oops. Okay, so I definitely should have picked up that star atomizer from before. Whatever. I'm trying to remember that for next time. I'm just so used to characters that play episode 2 being capped out. I didn't even think I didn't have the star atomizer. Because if you do Forest in episode 2, there's guaranteed star atomizer drops. And by Forest, I meant Jungle. Just like when you go to the mountainside, there's also guaranteed drops. But this character and my RaMarL, for example, both characters that do episode 2, I would have expected them to have it capped at all times. First sighting of a rare Rappy. I don't really want anything from it, but it is free experience. Let's lure them all closer. The shot, that was awkward. Not die to Rappy because I don't have D-band. It critting me for 700 is a distinct possibility. The ATP is insane. I'm gonna go ahead and do this to interrupt the charges. I'm gonna use the classic force tech. You don't have to do it. As I said before, if you know the positioning, you can always punish them, but there's more than one. It's convenient. Heavenly Luck, whatever. We're just gonna get rid of this instantly. I really don't need these. We're gonna try to keep an eye out for more moon atomizers and star atomizers. We can just gradually fix our mag. Don't really need them for anything other than my mind mag, to be honest. Like the power mag, it doesn't really matter. Goodbye, Rappy. Did I try to go over here? Oh, no, he's ignoring me again. RNG, please. Ooh, silver badges. Really? He walked every direction but the one I'm in. That's brutal. And that was showcasing if you shoot too fast, you'll always get the red miss. Even though you are accurate enough, the game will say no. Speaking of the game saying no, can this Astark please chase me? Are you serious? Are you stuck? That's so sad. It's like he's jumping up going like, here I am, and I'm like, I know you're there, but I need you to walk over to me, please. There we go. This is such a fun strat with the laser gun. If you're a force, you can spell blast through it, of course, but lasers also work. See, if this fails, at least we can say, hey, we technically did a very light V801 run with this character, and otherwise we'll do other rare hunts with them. And I think after this, I'm gonna switch to... I guess my red ID, maybe, for some hunts? See how I feel about them. I have a feeling there'll be a shorter playthrough. Well, those enemies can't even detect me at all. They're just straight up spinning in circles. That's funny. I don't think they thought about the player being able to do that. Like, the developers, of course. The monsters. Ooh, yeah, being too far to the left there caused me to lose the zoo. That's actually really bad. I mean, I recovered it, but it was definitely not optimal. Yeah, I think I'm just too far to the left. I need to stick close to the ribcage. Make sure I can face the whole room. So, more attempts at Pazuzu. Like an okay amount of zoos. While still getting other rares. Okay, is there a way to not trigger the trap? Can I do this? No. Still hits me. Sucks. That's what I wanted to do last time. Except the previous time I shot the Goron. Oh, oops. Goodbye, Rappy. Save materials, don't care about those. Let's fireball and hope this doesn't pull me down. Again, that's really risky of me to do. The fireball is very slow, so it's possible to outrun it. That was kind of unlucky. That, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of unlucky. Normally it tries to do a close range attack. I'm not sure what triggered the dive bomb there. That exact scenario. Mono grinder. I'll probably pick that up. Escape dolls. Anything else that could really feed the mag to level it that's not really expensive? I guess souls are fine. Like I still got here in under 14 minutes, even with me sitting around looking at my mag. The other guy's like, hurry up, it's an important mission, and I'm like, hold on. I gotta feed the mag. Oh, rare boss. Oh, hold on. We're waking up again. I'm excited. An actual attempt. I mean, the odds of fighting Condryu were decently high in 6 runs to see one Condryu. The odds of giving Heaven Striker in 6 are not as good. This is good news. Did it really go underground to avoid the last laser? That is so rude. I killed it on the opposite side of me. Arguably, it might have been faster for me to wait for it to reach me and then shoot. I could see arguments for that. But also, it's the red one. I don't really care. Yellow one, I do. So yeah, we got to synchro as high as possible to go for the one shot. Yeah, if we get the Heaven Striker here, I'm still gonna do another pod regardless, because I would just like to level. But yeah, looking really, really excellent for solo play with this character. I already feel she can do every area in the game. She already maxed defense. ATP will max if I'm using her correct mag. I forget if she has a max stat mag. I honestly need to double check with her if I do or not. I mean, she should, but I just haven't seen it in so long. I'm gonna check her inventory later. The spinner redirecting my shot is so tilting. Please go away, spinners. You're the only thing I don't want to fight. I'll fight missiles. Yup, and the spinner made me miss one of my shots because I rotated. Of course it did. Yeah, that was pretty optimal. I was so worried that I wouldn't get that other laser out. That would have been greed. If I had missed that cycle, that would have been from pure greed. Okay. It's gonna do its little angry shout. Alright, so we're gonna watch what it does. Oh, spinner. I was gonna say I'm gonna watch what it does, and then it spinnered me. That was rude. The only thing I don't want to see. So we gotta wait for this, which is annoying. But on the plus side, we should be able to hit it here regardless of what it does. So we purposely let it reset. This should kill. It did. Yeah, we had enough of that. Alright, so we killed it properly. I don't think even if I was shooting, I would have been able to kill it quick enough. I still probably would have killed it there. Come on, Heaven Striker. Oh, didn't get it. So painful to be so close. I think that's the third Conjuryu I've killed on this ID, and I've not gotten it. So what are the odds of Heaven Striker as a reminder? They're 1 in 8, but it becomes 1 in 6. So allegedly, if on average I kill 3 more, wow, that was a lot of money. I didn't realize Conjuryu gave so much more than the other one. I know the money's doubled right now, but still, that was 20,000 compared to 12,000. It's kind of bonkers. But anyway, tangent. I was saying that, yeah, I guess if we kill like 3 more of these, allegedly, I should be due up for 1. Statistically speaking. Not that it increases the odds of finding it by doing more of them, just I am more likely than not to have received it. That's where we are with it. Okay, let's feed more moons. In case I do die in the future, it just means I have a little bit of safety, and we can level our other one. Or when I'm doing more serious gaming. That's so sad. I'm ready for the heartbreak with the lilies as well, to be honest with you, if we do lily runs later. There's 30 hit. So, I found a 50 hit heart ray gun. That's funny. I mean, it's actually, like, decent if I really wanted to steal TP. You know what? Why not? Let's get that. I'm sure someone somewhere wants a heart ray gun. And if nothing else, I could use it on one of my forces. Let's put these away. Don't need these. Put away. Do I not have another mag? 1 second. Oh, I don't. Interesting. Very interesting. Must have given it to another character. I'm gonna check her other bank real quick since we're here. So many scape dolls. Almost literally half of the entire bank. I mean, that looks really close to half, if it's not half, is all scape dolls. You're wondering why I don't care about scape dolls? Look at my banks. I still have an Ophiel Seas with 35 hit. I'm just saying, Chad, if I ever get the other component, I guess it would be done. Speaking of which, what is the name of the other component? Is it the handgun Milia? I'm trying to recall. It is... Oh, it's Heaven Punisher. Oh. So, I mean, like, a 35 hit Heaven Punisher would be really sick. I'm just saying, like, that would actually be, like, a real weapon. So, I have half of a really good rare. I guess in theory, I could do blue runs for Hilda Tour, because I did want to showcase each character. But I don't think I could just purely do blue... I don't think I could do that Forest Quest for 2 hours, since I already played it for 3 hours today. Well, 2 hours today. Let's see, I don't need any of these. Yeah, I don't see another mag in here. And I don't see what I'm looking for in my weapons either. Interesting. I'm gonna get rid of the Rianovs. Well, nah. I'll leave her with the Rianovs. I'll get rid of the wall. I don't need these. 15 hit Vice is okay. A 50 hit Flame Visit, what a waste. Yeah, I don't see the other thing I'm looking for here. A 40 hit Rage Weapon is very silly. 40 hit Geist is kind of funny. A lot of TP. Oh man, if I dunked that Heaven Striker, that would have been a stream rage quit. But like, it's over. Event over. Looks like I need to do 2 more. That's fine. Oh, hold on. Forgot to go buy the handgun, even after talking about it. I was thinking ahead again. I need to go to the 2 steps in front of me before I go to the 10 steps in front of me. So I was thinking if I do 2 more pods, I'll level. Then we'll stick to just some episode 2, and then we'll go to Red ID runs. And we'll just continue to rotate. Every character about 3 hours. I might still skip characters, because, you know, some are not as good at runs as others, and some I just don't want to give any experience to. Yeah, what a weird high hit weapon to get. That in my share bank. Yada yada, you succeeded, blah blah blah. So 2 more of these. Probably not going to get a Heaven Striker this way, but you never know. You just go for it. The trick with PSO is variety. I'm not someone that can just grind out a quest solid for like 12 hours straight. I know some people do. I'm just like, nah. My interest is making sure that I go for it a few times. And if I don't get what I want, I move on. That's not to get super hung up on rares, because otherwise you'll be like, oh, I went for a rare and I didn't receive it. Whereas I'm playing right now and I'm like, I went for several rares, but I leveled all the characters I wanted to level at the same time. So in a way, I still got what I wanted, just not everything I wanted. It's nice getting to the point where I have all these ults that can cover all these IDs. And again, it's just crazy to me that this character is able to level like she is right now. Her getting ATP on the level up is somewhat relevant just because she's using the Mind Mag. But once I put on my Power Mag, it doesn't really matter. She's almost at the point I would actually consider using a... It's almost at the point I would consider using my full stat mag if I have one. Which I'm pretty sure I do. I just don't know who it's on currently. Because she's one of my first characters, I refuse to believe I don't have her max stat somewhere. Either from requesting it earlier, or I'm just using it as a temp mag. I do have some max stat mags for my forces, but not one for every force. I'm not at the point where I really care. Now that if I get like 10 more levels with them and I get to like 198, 199, 200 respectively, then yeah, maybe I'll care a little more, but right now, not really. Is that Astark stuck on an enemy? That's interesting. Oh, he's able to get unstuck. That's unfortunate. Ooh, this is a really solid position. I'm sad I dropped the zoo. Everything else is working in my favor. Sorry, Smart Link, if you're a Smart Link, we're not going to receive you today. I was walking towards him for a little bit, that's why he didn't jump at me there, even though I wasn't walking towards him towards the end. Also, I was thinking the other day where people were saying like the RaMarL was strictly better than the RaMarL in all situations. I forgot one of the most easy points to bring up in that argument, Anguish. The RaMarL is actually not great at that because he relies mostly on being able to damage cap people. So, like if he could kill them in 3 hits and charge arms, great. But when you start playing Anguish, especially higher level Anguish, those debuffs are so good. Like, you might have a Snow Queen or something to balance it out, but man, oh man. The things you'll be able to do by just being able to debuff them. Suddenly you're not getting one shot every room. So if you make any mistake at all, it's not instantly, like, run over. Whereas it would be for the RaMarL. It's an important point to make. Less useful in multiplayer, of course, as usual. But I do want to draw attention to that for people that do like challenging themselves with the higher difficulties. The debuffs are really strong. I think that's why forces can get the furthest. And people, allegedly, according to somebody on the stream last time, were mostly A10 with forces. And to me, that makes sense. Because I know Anguish 1 If I'm doing like Anguish 1 Forest or Anguish 1 or Anguish 2 Forest, I'm still not taking any damage from any of those enemies with debuffs. No, I don't think people should sleep on debuffs. They're not useful in like the common runs. So like, yeah, like RaMarL is definitely gonna excel in like a TTF, something like that, where debuffing is not necessary. But on like actual hard runs, man, I'm like, I want to see a RaMarL go through Anguish 3. I'm just curious, like, how he would even get through something like caves or mines. That must be so horrible, like how on point you have to be compared to the RaMarL. Just autopilot like a debuff would be fine. I need a lot of trimates, but I wouldn't die. Whereas I'm just like, I don't know. That's why I was thinking. I'm curious about like the true end game of the RaMarL. If they were to get something like a freeze needle, if that would fix things. But it sounded like no. That was the response from the chat. Due to the fixed percentage of freeze, which is disappointing. Because if they just had like this one good weapon to deal with the robots, it would be fine. Now granted, once it starts getting beyond like Anguish, let's say like 5, I think the advantage the RaMarL has would go away. She would still die, and she would just be doing less damage than RaMarL. But there does exist a zone of Anguish that, depending on the area, I do feel like the RaMarL would just be strictly better with the same weapons and everything else. And that's purely due to the fact that she has debuffs. Otherwise, as stated, I mean, if they're both level 200, like, that's really excessive for, like, episode 1 runs. I would rather have the ATP. It's kind of like when playing, like, Rockcast versus Rockcastle. That ATP does make a big difference. I think that person said they also don't play Anguish, which also makes sense why they were just blanket stating that the RaMarL was better. I haven't thought about which one would be better in challenge mode, though. I think the general advice is just not to use Rangers in challenge mode. The human ones take too long to come online. And it just ends up being like a force, like a faux neural, plus like Q casts, and maybe a rock and one raw cast or something. Yeah, we're gonna live the Q cast supremacy life on the challenge mode if we ever do that. The only thing I'm concerned about if I go faux neural is whether or not I would get enough HP naturally playing challenge mode to survive Worm Boss. Every other boss in the game, I'm not worried. Worm Boss, I'm like, that stuff is like actually undodgeable. I have never gotten through Worm Boss without getting hit, so if I didn't have like mag invincibility, which is what you would get normally if you're in those kinds of runs, like how atrocious that must feel. You'd have to survive every single purple wave phase. And then the ship laser attack is super crazy. And it's been a long time since I've had to deal with that attack. I don't know if I would remember offhand where you stand on the raft when it starts doing its slicing the raft laser versus the spread laser. His wing will still clip you new damage, note to self. That's fine though. Managed to get him shot about where his companions were anyway. I do like that the RaMarL is able to do these runs where the RaMarL is not as well. Like, this is a run I don't feel the RaMarL would be better at. I would be really curious how he would deal with some of these things more quickly or more efficiently. I would love a side-by-side comparison. the difficulty of the run is so much lower on the RaMarL, and that's why I love doing it with her. But I'm curious if you were like super on point with everything, swapping to deal with all the zoos, swapping to deal with the Dwarfon, like how much time you lose swapping between the single target and multi-target versus always being able to multi-target. I'm really curious. Who would be better in that scenario? Because I don't feel like I lose very much time on the Dwarfon there, killing it with the Pew Pew laser. And I'm still killing another high priority target that I don't think the RaMarL would be able to deal with. Granted, when it comes to the boss phase, I think the RaMarL would just be straight up better, because you would be using Baran's launcher, sphered ideally. But for these enemies, like the stupid teleporters, I imagine they would add a really annoying amount of inconsistency to the run, because they could teleport behind you and cause you to not be able to hit the shots. You're not very likely to hit them with more than 2 shots in a row. I mean, maybe if 50 accuracy is high enough on RaMarL with Red Ring, maybe, so that you can always land the first charge hit. Anyway, I'm just curious for the people that do actually have like those endgame characters, how they feel. Since if it just comes down to if I can hit it thing, the RaMarL has an advantage, but I do feel like the RaMarL has weapon advantage here. Where there's the caveat of like, she is better until RaMarL receives X weapon with this sphere or something like that. Be really curious. Poison is so annoying. Clear the poison. We see more than one moon atomizer, but I forgot to use it when I saw it earlier. Let me do that now. Oh, got stuck in the animation. There we go. 97% is pretty good. We're going to do the classic going down in the pit. We're gonna fireball. No, game. Why were you making me run that way? Not what I wanted. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if I bumped something or auto-targeting. I was holding forward, I went dead sideways there for a few frames. That was very weird. I know like you could get force walk animations sometimes, but that was weird even for episode 4. It just so hard moved me in the opposite direction to where I was walking. Very awkward. Wow, I got there with a lot of time to spare. Feels pretty good. Haven't been picking up too many badges in this quest, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll try to go for some dress plates with backup rare of a couple heavenly abilities, since I don't think this character needs it specifically, but I do have characters that would benefit from it, aka the Humar, where I do need his MST higher for Holy Ray. No rare boss. And it would be nice. It would be nice to have, so he can actually have a sniper versus Falls, because I don't think he can use the equivalency of the Yashminikov 9000M for sniper range. I guess in theory I could give him the Gatling gun for extended range. And that's also a general question, because I don't play a lot of Humar. I'm curious what his main boss kill weapon is outside of Dark Flow. Like, if a boss is out of range, what does he do? I'll probably ask Hellcleave that question next time he's on, because Hellcleave is high-level hunters. Like, Qcast is slightly different options than Humar, that's why I'm curious what he'll end up picking. There's always some obscure, like, sniper-level range weapon that I'm sure will come up. stop walking like slightly too early. That's such a shame. That missile was kind of unfortunate. It led to me making a bad shot. Or more centered. Game, please. Game, seriously. All I wanted to do was shoot the boss. It targeted everything but the boss. I targeted both spinners before the boss. I was so tilted I didn't even heal. Game, please. Please stop turning around due to the spinners hitting me. Please don't do that. It's very annoying for aiming. Oh, I didn't get the kill. Spinners! Ugh! I missed one due to missiles, but man, oh man. I had one opportunity to recover it. But, yeah, they messed with my aim pretty bad there. We're just gonna have to take another hit here, I think. Let's feed Moon Atomizer since we're here. I mean, on the plus side, I didn't have enough for Mag Blast anyway, so this is fine. I should get it here thanks to the spinner. Okay, please give me invincibility. This would save me so much time. No, you're not even... Oh, I can't get invincibility with this mag, that's right. Never mind, ignore me. I can only do Resta. This should be targetable before it does anything. This should just kill. Oh, Dolphin, you're so strong. You don't care what the boss is doing most of the time. Just perish. Well, I don't hear the rare sound. So sad. Gladiuses, don't care about those. Ooh. That was a pretty bad boss drop, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh. Total strikeout. Well, I guess we just keep going for now. On the plus side, we made an okay amount of money. We're back up to almost $500,000. This will be the final episode 4 for this character for now. Possibly for the entirety of the event. The final run. Still have time left in the even beat, but as I said before, I'm gonna do more quests. And at least we could say we did a solid amount of pod. Is pod something we could do at any time? Not necessarily we have to do it during the events. It's not as high priority. Doing the Green Desert later, now that would be priority for sure. Because we can only do that quest there, and it's so convenient and so fast, and it gives badges. But we'll try with purple, then we'll move on. Although now I'm kind of curious about the other episode 2 quests, if the quest count is comparable. I do think that one quest we did earlier was just so strong for Sinnohs. Given we will either do a Dress Plate or V501. Again, both of those would be very helpful, because I have a distinct lack of V501s. I think it's a pretty good option. We have heavenly abilities to upgrade like our Q-Cast, maybe our RaMarL technically, because she is using a god ability, but mostly because I gave her heavenlies to other people. would technically be an improvement on her, not that she needs them. But it would be nice to get some small upgrades. Doesn't have to be necessarily top of the line V502s. It'd be nice, but you only need one for episode 2. The question is, who has it? She has it? Perfect. If I were to do those runs later, I'm gonna remember that she has it. Because my instinct told me she had it. Not that I remembered she had it. So if I go forward with that assumption when we go to do other runs, like if we do, I don't know, like Blue ID later, if people are here, at least I'll know where my V502 is. So then I could do like double add up V502 and then damage, I think, on my Hugh New World. So I think her getting the blue-violet Doshini Midao, I think, was pretty crucial for her being a useful character. She felt much better after she got that item, and it's not because I didn't have the item. It's just getting her to level to the point where she could use it was just such a struggle, because she just needed so much accuracy, and her base ATP was not really great either for a hunter. So it felt kind of just awkward playing her most of the time. Thinking about if I'm gonna eat during the break. I probably should have something. Welcome back, Chris. Hope you're doing well. How are the runs going overall? We got 3 frozen shooters, none with hit. I leveled a lot. Like, a lot. This character is about to level again, which is bonkers to me. I don't get how she's leveling so quick at beyond 180. Episode 4 is broken. That's all I have to say to you. It is actually genuinely broken. Yeah, I did find some. Oh, see, that time I didn't get hit. Whatever, Dorfon. Your hitbox makes no sense. I almost challenged you, Chris. I've been hit by that Dorfon like 3 times in a row. Did you see how deep into that Dorfon I was, and I didn't get knocked down? And I almost want somebody to rewind and compare the nonsense of me getting clipped on those other attempts. And that one, I literally ran into him and didn't get hit. What nonsense. I don't know where his hitbox is, but it's not where you think it is. That's all I know. Like, seriously, I think his hitboxes are literally on, like, the outsides of his feet. I think he actually doesn't have a hitbox inside of him. If someone were to tell me that and prove it, I would not be surprised. Like, 0% surprised. There's something weird going on with this hitbox. I don't get how I can walk towards him and not get hit, but I could go next to him and then face him, and facing him is enough to get hit. Makes no sense to me. So his hitboxes, as I said before, must be humongous and offset in a way that doesn't make a lot of sense. So either it's like a U-shaped series of hitboxes, where it's literally only on the sides or the hitboxes, so it's possible to walk towards him and then not get hit until you get near his legs, like his back legs versus his front legs. So I also noticed it's easier to get hit by his feet than it is his front legs when he's charging. So it's possible the hitbox is only near his feet, which is easier to hit if you go beside him. That would also check out to me. But anyway, we're about to do, I guess V502 runs? Mixed with Heavenly abilities slash Dressplate runs for V501. Because both of those would be useful for my characters. I'm basically finishing off Heaven Striker attempts for now. We'll eventually get to Green ID. We have a lot of runs to get there. I'm gonna go through each of my characters. As I said before, I might not do them in order, so I'm gonna do the character banks in order, but I might jump ahead a little bit. Like, I know, for example, Chris is looking to do Heaven Striker, so I might prioritize my Fomar to be earlier on the list than the other characters while Chris is around, so he could get Heaven Striker. But yeah, I'm going, like, brain numb from this quest. So basically for the past hour and a half, it has just been pod. So I'm like, I need a break from pod. But on the plus side, I should level. Oh yeah, Chris, I never showed you the trick for the underground in this. I've only really done it in private runs. I actually don't think I've ever done it on stream before. So other than me doing this, I'll show you a nice little trick if you just don't want to get hit in multiplayer. You'll be able to join in 40. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a way you can stand and not get hit by anything in the underground. I mean, if you're gonna be free in 40, I could just do a couple of pods. It just depends on what runs you want to join in on. Like, if you want some V501s, for example, which is pretty useful for everything other than episode 2. If you don't have one for your other characters, that's good. Or if you don't have spare dress plates, I'm gonna be going for those for at least an hour and a half, and then we'll give up on the run. Yeah, once I go underground, we'll showcase the trick again. There's a place you can stand. Basically, like, you know how there's, like, the ribcage room? If you, instead of going in the ribcage, you go on the outside of the ribcage, none of the enemies can fight you. They get really confused. It's not as helpful if you're not a force or pew pew laser gun, but I only really do this quest with a force or pew pew laser gun, so it kind of works out. Yeah, the AI literally can't find you in some scenarios. They just walk in circles. It's definitely a big oversight from the devs to have that room, because it's like an official quest. It's not like it's a custom quest, and they're abusing some weird limitation. Like, no, quest is like that normally. I don't know if that's what they intended, but whatever. And I'm sure you're gonna be just horribly surprised, Chris, that there have been no Pazuzus or Dorfana Clairs so far. So if if Pazuzu does show up, technically I could get a V801 from this run. So that's one of my ult rares that I've been looking for. So technically this is a Pazuzu run. I know. I did find a rare Rappy though, so that was nice. These, don't need the scepter. I wonder, is it better in single player to do this over the other route? Is this better? No, see, it still has the same problem as before, where one Astark will just always run out and not notice you. It's so annoying. Although the other zoo is really confused, apparently. There we go. It's approaching me menacingly again. Good job, Astark. You hit me once before you died. Yeah, I don't have an opinion which one I like more, left side or right side. Both of them have the problem of the Astark not chasing you. The downside to this one is that the zoo can still dive bomb you, but I'm sure there's something you could set up to make it easier. Like, obviously if I have Fireball, I can Fireball, but I'm saying if I were to do this from a pure, like, cast ranger standpoint, or a hunter, what I would do in those scenarios. Anyway, here's what I wanted to show you. Just gonna laser everybody. You try to reach me. Good luck. See, they're just walking in circles. They actually don't know where I am at all. Look at them. They're trying. They're trying really hard to find me. He's still walking in circles. Probably turn around and shoot him once. Put him out of his misery. It puts you in about the right position to hit the whole room. You want to end where I'm standing now, because you can kill the whole room at the same time. Like, the goal is to be, like, really close to that bone in the rib cage, so you don't spend extra time shooting. Figured you'd appreciate it. I don't usually bother, because in multiplayer the DPS is so high, but there's a lot of single-player only strats you can technically do in multiplayer if you wanted to. That poison is so annoying. Also, that's kind of unlucky to have the Marissa instantly reach me like that. Previous 2 times, he went against the wall. I wonder what determines which way he goes. How much I can manip that first movement. If I can make him always go to the right, that always gives me enough time that he'll never hit me. Anyway, let's go for the strat again. We're gonna go in here, we're gonna fireball. We're gonna do the pause trick. We're gonna walk towards the crystal. That's our line of sight. So walk towards the crystal, never hit a trap. Turn around, probably get lasered. Oh no, he did the right thing this time. Fine. Rare Rappy. I'll reposition so I don't scare the Rappies. So 2 rare Rappies so far in episode 4. 5 Hildatours, if I've been counting correctly. And 1 Condryu. So a decent amount of rares. Wow. Did I fail a 1/2 rare chance? With 50% rare bonus? Oof. That's not a good sign of things to come, Chad. I'm not passing a 3 and 4 chance. That's not good. Jeez. So out of 2 Del Rappies, I have gotten 1, lost 1. Okay, let's see. Moment of truth. Was this run worth the time? Nope. So only 1 Condryu in an hour and 40 minutes. That's kind of brutal, actually. Unfortunate. Still within statistical average, but it's still terrible. Oh, I was trying to kill him right as the tail was there. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to wait. Oh, is that a different yellow one? Well, that's even more awkward. There was more than 1 yellow one. Well, this just became a big waste of time. One of you die, please. Thank you. I'm gonna say I'd appreciate it. There we go. As long as we pop the yellow one while it's near us, we'll hit it. Oh, nice. It's using Tornado. Missile's less nice. Missile and the laser is kind of rude, not gonna lie. Oh, come on. Please give me invincibility. Oh, I can't. That's right, this mag. Well, I got it to rest in me, I guess. That's like triggering invincibility. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of damage here. Missiles give the most opportunity for shots. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, I actually didn't build up enough Mag Blast to one-shot the next phase. That's kind of sad. Chat, we were too quick at the boss. If I had waited 1 more laser cycle... I mean, I could maybe get hit by this laser. Oh, that only gives 6%? Oh, that wasn't worth it then. Dead. That's a nice thing. It never does back-to-back lasers, so even if it kills me here due to the missiles, we should still be fine. I got escape dolls. It was in checkmate the moment it lasered. GG. I am the hero, but not the hero that earned the items, unfortunately. That title is too elusive. Escape dolls. Oof. Take the money. Should be 12,000. It's like an actually good amount of money. It's weird that when it doubles the cash, it feels like the cash, that's what the cash total should have been when you fight it, like the event bonus. It's like, yeah, it should be worth more than a single armor's worth of cash every single time, without dispute. Anyway, I think it's time to switch up our stuff a little bit. So we gave that a good attempt for almost an hour 40. Let's move on to another run. Put these away. I'm gonna leave the demon laser on her for now. I'm gonna take my hell hand, or which is more accurate? Okay, hell laser's more accurate than my hell handgun. That makes sense because it's a sniper. I'm gonna bring in my hell laser, and then I guess since it isn't upgraded, I'm actually gonna take some mono grinders back with me, just so I could get more damage to get the final shots, potentially on some enemies. Or for multiplayer. Single player, I don't need to mono grinder it. Oh, it could go higher than plus 21. Interesting. Well, still good enough for me. So I could potentially put away some of these items. I think we're going to... maybe I'll just last swung. I'll wait for Chris. And by doing so, I'm gonna do the other quest that's easier to do. I said, like, it's shorter to do. So Chris is free in like 10 minutes or 20 minutes. I'm not gonna be like midway through a quest. We're just gonna do some Phantasmal World as we wait. You never know. I could end up getting a V502. So might as well check. Her level looking super good. Do need to make sure I have the right mag on though, because having a mine mag there would be absolutely atrocious. But hey, at least we're max defense. Out of curiosity, how strong is this against this? Oh, that is so good. I don't even need Frozen Shooter. What a weapon, chat. Oh, that is so much faster. Oh, that time you can jump the box? You jerk, you're not supposed to jump the box. What a jerk, chat. Alright, so let's do backup strats on this box. The fun fact, you could shoot through all the boxes in case you forgot. Boss was a little bit of a jerk. If I'm using Last Swan, I should probably debuff the enemy slightly. I'm killing these things because I want Heavenly Ability. Oh, if I was moving forward faster, I would have been there. So no frozen shooter does make that enemy a little inconsistent. But I have to get a better minute on them to remove that inconsistency. Anyway, these runs are pretty quick, so either way, this is what I would be doing with this character. Welcome to how I got my V502. So what are the odds of V502 dropping? Let's double check. It is 1 in 2,000 normally, but the enemy drop rate is impacted by that. Normally it's a 40% chance of dropping, and that's been improved by 50%, so it should be 60. And the drop rate is normally 0.12%, should be 0.18%. So the odds are still terrible, don't get me wrong, but you have to do these kinds of runs. Now, if you have a group of people, you potentially just complete the run, but if you're playing solo, you do whatever you can, chat. That's all I have to say. You do whatever you can to try to get that V502. Yeah, the alternate rare is the Hitogata from Del Lily, which technically if it rolls with really high hit percentage, that would be broken, I think, technically. It's a very niche item. I think only the Fomar can use it successfully, as in, like, he has the right stats for it. But you never know. So we'll do a few of these, and then we'll do, I guess, Phantasmal World 3, I think it is, for the dress plate. I could just straight up demons. No. I can't afford him to do this stuff. Yeah, let's not do that. I think if I froze him into demons, it would be good. But yeah, him getting a turn here is really bad. Let's not do that again. Okay, we learned our lesson. Huh. How did I manipulate them before to not jump? I did this just like literally before the pods. They're not supposed to always jump over the box. We did it before, he wasn't able to actually jump. Let's do this then. Whatever. Happy game? Apparently not. How annoying. Is it one of those things where I have to just approach them like an Astark? Are they the Astark AI? Nothing there. Oh, I went to use the sacrifice special and I forgot. My bad. Not while we have this unit on. In my defense, I did switch mags, I just didn't pay attention to which one I swapped into. I'm more looking ahead of me than at my character. Alright, so let's take a look at the boxes. Wow, that was it from the boxes? Ooh. Oh, that was such a... That was an exceptionally terrible run in terms of items. Wow. I think we got like 600 Meseta total instead of and like super resist instead of armor that was sellable. Pretty garbo. Okay, so we'll do a couple more of these, then we'll switch which one we're doing. So technically, every enemy we kill there, as long as it is hit percentage, is of interest to me. pretty strong. I'm not sure what I did last time. There was like a spot, like maybe I got too close. There was a spot where I was near this trap. I might have been more like here, where one of them walked towards me and the other one just tried to walk versus jump at me. Oh, heavenly ability. Nice. Okay, we got the backup rare. So technically run success. That didn't take very long. So for people looking for heavenly abilities to start off with their new characters, that was not bad at all. That was like, what, not even 20 minutes of runs? And there's a lot of gibbles. I mean, you have to kill an Ilgil. If you don't have a frozen shooter, you know, good luck, I guess. But everything else is good. So we can use that potentially on our other characters. We always check these boxes before we leave, or photon drops, or high-level techniques. So, mission accomplished. Chris will let us know when he's ready. The only rare we haven't really seen that we're super looking for at this point is Heaven Striker and Red Ring. But we're gonna have at least 8 hours of attempts on both of those. So I already did 2 hours so far towards Heaven Striker. We're gonna do Green Underground, take a break, then come back to it again. For sure. Yeah, this takes a lot longer if you don't switch to demons. But it's also convenient, so whatever. Like right here? Is this where I stood last time? Excuse me. Yeah, that kind of works. Because then the other one doesn't get summoned. There we go, and he won't jump from this distance. That's what it was. And hey, if you got a frozen shooter with dark percentage, that'll help you with Ilgil and the Del Lily. Oh, no hit got us. Sad. Poor Gibbles. We never let him have a turn. It's over. Yeah, XP per second isn't great here, for sure, so not a quest you would do for experience in general. But we'll do a couple more of these. But technically it already paid off. So if I had been using God abilities from my gambles, I did a very straightforward, simple run. The routing is very easy. You just need to know how not to pull the first Gibbles, and know that the first enemy is an Ilgil. Once you respect that, then it's an easy run. Yeah, I think ideally you would Frozen Shooter into Demons on all of these enemies for faster kills, if you are really good with the swapping. I think that's where the meta would be to clear this faster. And then you wouldn't necessarily even need to buff. Like a RaMarL would not need to buff, I think, in this scenario. So we're gonna try to Frozen Shooter into Demons without buffing. I mean, I could do it while waiting here, I guess. Seriously. That was so unlucky to have missed that many. How did I miss so many heart attacks on him while frozen? That was like actual shenanigans. Please stop dodging my projectiles. We have a backup strat when he starts doing this nonsense. Thank you, Robarda. Robarda's the savior, chat. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Like, he's just in like full auto dodge versus projectile. You go checkmate, chat. You checkmate him with Robarda. How did that trap not damage me? Are traps bugged in episode 2? Like, did you see that? If that was episode 1, I would have been bodied instantly. I would have been so beyond dead. I was like on that trap and it didn't hit me. I'm really curious. I mean, if it's a bug, chat, I'm definitely not recording it. Okay, it can hit you. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. It only did 400 damage? Are you telling me the episode 1 traps are almost 2 to 3 times more powerful than episode 2 traps? Okay. That doesn't seem very fair, to be honest with you. Why are the episode 1 traps so overtuned? Why can I take 1,000 something damage with 15 fire resist in one episode and then only 400 in the hardest area of the game? I guess it just goes to show, traps are nonsense, chat. No second heavenly ability. No high level techniques. I'm still flabbergasted. That would hit you in every other episode, especially episode 1. Episode 1, I would have been like seeing the red screen. So we'll do one more. Yeah, Phantasmal World 3 I can kind of quit anytime, I guess. I just don't want to quit anytime on Pod. Like, Pod, you gotta commit once you start the run. No, unless you're only like a minute in. I mean, if you're already in like Underground, it's not worth canceling the quest. Game, please. You really shoot the box that was behind him and not him? And Ilgil. We're destroying those, so I stopped shooting them over the other actual priority targets. Oh, it's an Angel Mind. I was wondering what was popping up in my little cursor. I think it destroyed all the boxes. As I said before, chat, he can't walk through. He could jump over the box or past the box, but he can't walk through the box. You can abuse that fact to kill Gibbles pretty easily. And let's see, final Gibbles of this quest. Nope. It's okay, we'll have more chances to kill Gibbles. It's not the last you've seen of Gibbles. Just Meseta. Okay, let's try a different quest. Check one thing before I continue. Oh, I don't want to do Phantasmal World 3. I think I'm thinking of, wasn't this, right? I could do Massive Attack 4. Somebody found a 25 hit frozen shooter. Nice. Let's see what I'm looking for here. The blue ID would get from Sinnoh barrels. Oh, I could do the Sinnoh. Okay. Maybe I could do this run again. Different set of people. I'm just comparing the numbers. See, the thing is, like, I just don't want to fight Miracle and Maricus. Like, so technically the Spiegels, which have the V501, they do appear most commonly in the Massive Attack E, but I think doing Massive Attack 2C is better. Yeah, let's try Massive Attack 2C and see if that's the one that I'm thinking of. Both of them can give me V501, both of them can give me Dressblade. I think it's worth exploring, I guess, to see which one is the correct fit for our character. I'm kind of curious about Phantasmal World 3, but we'll worry about that later. I see. Oops, why am I going this way? Oh, even with Dark Resistance 75, this is still gross at how easy that is to kill. I say that and then I whiff multiple times. Oh, paralysis. Boo. Forgot about that. I don't think it's necessarily me missing. I think it's just mostly the EDK. If I do like a... do quick shots into that, it would speed it up. Enough of this, we're just gonna use Spread Needle. It'll also be fairly effective, because I do have V502 with me at least. That means I should be able to pair. I don't have enough EDK to survive that? I thought I did. Is 25 not enough? What is their number then? Is it like 30? That's exactly what I didn't want to have happen. We were talking about that earlier. I purposely have an armor with high EDK. That is really annoying, actually, that I can't survive that. Because there's already enough annoying things here. So I might have to downgrade to Heavenly Resist. Just so that I can't die to that. Like, the paralysis I can get around, the Megat is such a waste of time. Because it kills Escape Doll in an episode that already wants you to use a lot of Escape Dolls. Speaking of which, was that my last Escape Doll that he just stole from me? Oh, I have one more. Very annoying. I am not landing my health special as much as I was hoping for. I think I'm actually going to give up on the Hell Laser. That felt pretty terrible. Alright, back to Rabarda spam. I mean, I guess if I had Charge Arm would be really good here. Or just Rabarda. Yeah, it killed a few. The Spread Needle kills in like 5 hits, Charge Arm would kill in 3 with its special. That's kind of how I view it. But very disappointing. Hell Needle would definitely be much better, because I get more odds across the board per shot. At least I have V502 for this. Goodbye, annoying plants. Okay, XP per second. For episode 2, it's really good. For casual XP, would only be normally sitting around 85-ish. Every time it megans, I could just die. Yeah, we need to put a heavenly resist on. I cannot afford to die to that. It wastes so many scape dolls. If I don't have scape dolls, then it adds like minutes to the run. Because more often than not, something is going to probably shoot at me from a distance. Disappointing. I'll look up again the exact EDK needed. I thought it... Maybe I'm thinking of Falls' EDK. It was like 22. Double check. Wow, that was just incredibly unlucky. How with V502 did I not land a single paralysis? That was crazy. Like, that statistically should have been in my favor. 5 targets. 5 targets with double or 50% chance extra. That should have been like nearly max still. Given they had between 20 and 35 resist. Super, super unlucky today. ESP. But the enemy doesn't detect me. He thinks I don't detect him. Nice. Come on, game. There we go. I can't hit the enemy above me. This is awkward. Thank you, Roberto. Okay, Hell's putting in the work here. Thank you, Hell. By random B. Now the hell is working about at the rate I think it should be. There we go, much better. Yeah, there's too many enemies here. I think I'm gonna spread needle. Damage to me. I don't appreciate that. I think I need to take off the Heaven Striker while I'm here, because it actually just makes menuing really difficult. I definitely have too many items. Might even put away my Last Swan if all I'm doing is farming these. I like Last Swan, but you know, if you don't need to menu it, it'd be nice to just remove it. Game, please. Come on. Oh, get out of here. Come on. There we go. That was like, come on. Can't all be misses. There we go. Now that was a really good room clear. Unlucky. Actually unlucky. All 6 shots miss. Game, please. Thank you. Go out of range still. Walk forward. I'll just switch to Frozen Shooter, whatever. We'll do part of the arena, then we'll leave. If you're available for a bit, sure thing. I'll let you hop in once I'll skip the arena, I'll just do the Gibble fight. I might need to take another break soon, mostly for stretching and stuff like that. We'll pause the video. I think I've been putting in a lot of work with purple. No additionals. I don't have to kill the Gaigui, but I'm here. Let's just kill them. Rip Gaigui. And I got a photon drop from it. Okay, that was worth it. That Gaigui exploded in the air though, true story. So yeah, we'll probably just do this quest again. Might see what one of the other quests is all about again as a reminder. Probably just forgotten what it was called. I'm gonna slash lobby. Call it Ziggy 24. I'm in block 3. Keep it on ultimate. Remove last Swan for now. I really like the gun, but... Or Heaven Striker. I don't need Heaven Striker right now. Let's remove Heaven Striker. That would help with some of the menuing. Honestly, that might be enough. This away. So I will just very briefly refill something. We'll wait for Chris. Shouldn't be too long, so I won't break the video here. Be right back. Okay, so I'm back again. Hopefully Chris will join. We're in block 3. The murder bot has arrived. Well, let's see. We'll try, you know what, we'll try each of the quests that it recommended. So we'll try 2C, and then we'll try, the event quest, see how we feel about it in comparison. Technically, it gives me more of the things I want to hunt, but from a time perspective, it might not be better. Those are the kind of nuances that are lost in, like, the monster count guides. So having not run the other event quests more than once, I don't remember how front-loaded or back-loaded they were. Or how long the overall quest was, comparatively. Also, I forgot to get Heavenly Resist, so I'm gonna rely on Chris freeze trapping or doing all sorts of nonsense here. Yeah, I'm just gonna DPS them. Their EDK resistance is just too high. Wow, it's 95 in multiplayer? That's so terrible. In single player, they're definitely still killable with the hell weapons. Multiplayer, not so much. Well, if you wanted to get Excalibur, the first room of this quest is pretty silly for Excalibur, from what I remember. But it's a very short run. It's probably still not worth doing over, like, Phantasmal World 2, an example. Yeah, Freeze definitely not as good in multiplayer versus single player. It is kind of sad that some of those like legit strats just don't work in multiplayer, just due to how high their resists are and their health totals. I don't feel like they should have increased resistances very much between difficulties. Forces already don't burst things compared to ATP. I think some of them are just way overtuned. Like, losing 30% of your damage when the enemy already has double health is, like, completely bonkers to me. Ooh, 80 EDK is pretty high. Those are kind of annoying to hit. Yeah, might need some less swanning, actually. I almost thought we got the rare. That was such a tease. What an absolute tease. Shaking my head. Was that a tri fluid actually? Back for that. There we go. Buy some bucks. At least these things are still mostly easy to kill in multiplayer. Like 59 EDK. Granted, episode 1 monsters were kind of unfair at how good they were against me good. I feel like they definitely should have had enemies that were much lower. Oh no, the insta-death is coming for me. Yeah, hellblades are still useful for plants. So much paralysis between the two of us. Trap almost got me, maybe. Question mark. Oh, it still worked. Hey, there we go. 80 EDK, just believe. Or have Chris mow them down with the machine gun. That's like belief. Am I not in range? I was gonna say, come on. Give that to me a little bit, game. me. Yeah, their dark resist might be too high. Wow. I was getting straight up bullied there. That was brutal. I think I landed one shot and then I got hit like 7 times. Oh well, at least I got health. No, I picked up a Vulcan. That's gonna mess up my menuing. So annoying. Get out of here. If I get disarmed, I don't want to have to randomly hit one more time than I normally do. Such bad timing. Good Vulcan. You know, on average, I'm killing within 3 shots. That's actually pretty good still. Except on this one, apparently. Brutal. Almost done with the quest. I mean, if it had been like a charged Vulcan, I would have picked it up, but it's just like a Havoc Vulcan with like some 40 hit. So disappointing. Just so close to greatness. I was gonna say, I'm just gonna face tank for Chris for a little bit. Now that is unlucky. Statistically, something should have died to my shot by now. Come on, we've shot over 30 shots. Where's my 1 in 10 at? Life is unfair, chat. There we go. It took a while, but I got there eventually. Walk forward slowly. Chris's true nemesis is here. The Gaigui. It taunts him. Like, I have a rare, but you'll never receive it. Truly the most monstrous enemy of all. That is an ultra dead Gibbles. We'll do a little bit of the arena since there's some robots there. And then I want to try a couple other quests while we're in purple. Before we try something else. Once it goes Murder Lilium / Lobbying. Maintain lead with 30 hit. Come on, where's that on Frozen Shooter? That's unfair. Also, sadly, Chris, I got like a 50 hit Angry Fist. But I got almost all zeros on the Frozen Shooters. So sad. If only they rolled the rolls of that one Angry Fist. It's been so good. weapons. There we go. I got a couple pot shots. I think I should normal special. I think the wave after this might be the murder lilies. Oh no, there's a Gibbles first, my bad. Poor Gibbles, he's about to be machine gunned down while frozen. I feel the murder flower. I know it's coming. Like how they made the depth resistance 105. Like they knew someone would try to insta-kill poor Gaigui's there. Why am I taking almost 1,000 damage from a Gaigui? Game, stop it. Bad game. Ah, your death means nothing if I teleport out. There we go. I almost killed one of the miracles. It's close. Oh, let's see. Oh, I do feel kind of tired today, which is not a good sign for the 24-hour. That's that. Let's see. So if I want to do that, sweep up Operation 7. Yeah, I mean, I didn't sleep as long as I would have liked, for sure, prior to the stream. But oh well. Let's try a new quest. I don't think I've done this one before. Leave it multiplayer. I've done Phantasmal World. I've done these others. I don't think I've done Sweep Up Operation 7. Let's see how hard this is. Jungle, makes sense. Only a handful of miracles. Only 4 miracles. That's like... that's tolerable. It's not great, but, you know, better than like 8 or 12. Oh, it's a time limit quest. That's why I don't do this quest. Okay, that's fine. Well, let's at least see how far we get in the quest. How hard is it to get to the point? Just 2 players. Yeah, that is unlucky with the hell. On EDK. So Hell Needle's been putting in the work. Our first murder flower. It's in like a somewhat reasonable position to cheese. As long as I don't go further forward than you are, it can't hit us. But I can hit it. That's probably the most fair miracle we've seen in a while. A relatively easy miracle, at least. Wow, He went in the jump animation like the frame he should have taken damage, and it dodged it even though he was still on the ground. Whatever. I timed that shot so well. Like, get out of here. Get out of here with your iframes. There's more robots. Using demons by accident instead of hell, but honestly, demons not bad there as well. For how annoying they are to hit in general. I agree. There we go. Alright, so adjusting a fan that was near me. It did feel a little warm without any fan. Just having it rotate a little bit. Thing. I'm assuming the large explosion was opening this gate. Yeah, hell is definitely the way to go versus these plants. Even in multiplayer, they die in like 2 shots most. But the other enemies, I don't know. Some are easy, some are terrible. Really shocked me in the middle of adding buffs. Stop it. Stop it. Get them off of me. I'm just trying to deband you. They're just like, zap, zap, zap. Get out of here. Jerk monkey. If I shot you in the face, you know what you did. Oof, that feeling when you're failing like a 70% chance to kill. That feels pretty terrible. Oh. Wow, I took like 900. That was insane. Buff Chris. Come on, game. Okay, killed a couple. A little inconsistent. Please don't be getting me. Yes, so far in single player, I think this quest would be okay. Just 2-player multiplayer, I don't know. The fact that you can't just hell everything, at least unless somebody's hell needle, not make this as appealing. We'll keep going for now. I mean, at most it'll be another 8 minutes. These. Love I'm just using all specials. I'm not even trying to do like other attacks into them. I'm like, you know what? It's like rolling the dice again and gambling. Uh-oh. That was actually a pretty fast kill. Thank you for not having additional health. I can see this one has scaling health with its ridiculous 6k. What a ridiculous enemy. Wow, that was like every shot was a kill. More bronze badges. Up. Oh. Well, I think I'm dead. If I survive this, it would be a miracle. Oh, never mind. Freeze trap will save me. I was gonna say, there were so many things near me that did high damage. Pretty sure it was over. Heal again. I still think that Meagid should have pierced by default, and the foe numeral should have been able to ignore up to 20% resistance. Or even just 5% resistance instead. It's not like Meagid's super useful either way. Kind of an unfortunate wave. That's fine. Put that one. Put this one. 5 Chris, who doesn't have escape dolls. Need to make sure he grabs escape dolls. I'm gonna wave my finger at him. I have a million. It's episode 2. You'll die randomly. There we go. Should be the tagline of it, honestly. Please stop disarming me. This is really annoying. I got a berserk machine gun, but unfortunately no hit percentage. So technically we got a backup rare from the quest, but not what we're looking for. Which is stats. Spawned a miracle on me. That's rude. So far, no rare drops. Aside from that. Quest seems barely doable with Hell. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, we could have saved some time by having, like, once we killed the other enemies, one person runs to the end, the other people go here. But, like, unless this is, like, legitimately the final room, I don't see how people are meant to clear this. At least not with just 2 people anyway. Maybe 3 would make a big difference. Oh, I'm about to get exploded. Oh, come on. I was like... in the weirdest stun loop with them. Well, not worth mag blasting since that'll time us out. It's worth that Megan hits me. Oh, I have to go pick this up before the timer runs out. There we go. It's also kind of scary doing time requests in an anniversary event where potentially you could end up with a good badge but not able to pick it up. Oh well. Time up. Out of curiosity, for the Zol given. 30 is needed for immunity. So I died to a 5% Megan. Ugh. Gross. Right, chat? Gross. I got hit 3 times, died to the 5%. That's some bad luck right there. Okay, so let's see. So if I specifically want dress plate, B has slightly more. Interesting. Okay, so we'll try one more. Need to step away for a few minutes? Sure, I'll do an alternate run in the meantime. Once you're back, we'll continue. You should see the level 190 QCast dying to false vegan 5 times in a row yesterday. Oof. Welcome, Luke, and thank you again for the follow. Appreciate it. Hopefully your hunts have been okay. We're going through our characters. I got Frozen Shooters today. We got denied Heaven Striker. We're just slowly going through our checklist of characters and runs. So we're just doing some stuff and holding over. So once we do a couple more of these, I think if people are available, I might do Psycho Wand runs. Otherwise, we'll see about TTF or something. Depending on what people are interested in. What have you been hunting for, Luke? Those up, but I definitely don't want them. Only far since people are too scared to run anything else. Yeah, I was doing Forest earlier. I got 3 Frozen Shooters, but no hit percentage, sadly. Alright, so if people weren't scared to run things, what would you be running, Luke, in a multiplayer? Because I'm doing all sorts of oddball runs today. Oh hey, I dodged the jump. I'll be doing Psycho 1 definitely at some point. Red Ring definitely at some point. Could go for more badges on early easy quests. I'm not in a rush either way. There we go. I'll do a couple more of these while I'm waiting, because these are just easy runs. Just checking for V502 in a couple boxes. Comfortable running any quest. Interesting, interesting. Run a couple more of these. I wasn't sure if he had an interest, for example, in doing episode 2 Psycho Wand attempts, the Del Beaters. Probably pick Force into it just to make it a bit easier. But otherwise, I'm down for basically anything. So yeah, probably when Chris gets back, I'll probably switch characters. I mean, I could do purple ID in some episode 2 stuff, but other than Ilgil, I don't think there's anything else I want at the moment. We'll go for the dream V502 chances from single Ilgil kill. The consolation prize of a couple heavenlies for my weaker characters. Okay, so there was a position I can stand in where the other one is summoned but can't reach me and doesn't jump. I wasn't hallucinating. What a quest. Oh, episode 2. Your hitboxes and everything else are just mere suggestions. I don't think they work the way they're supposed to. Goodbye, Del Lily. There we go. Oh well, seems like that is a dud. So I'm gonna check a couple IDs actually. I wanna see if any of these would make sense for a run if I were to pick them next. Del Beaters, like the ultra rare run, although you could also get Yun Chang, I guess, from Blue ID, if I were to pick Blue ID into it. I do find it funny Viridian still has basically better everything. Great difficulty. I'm just looking at them getting like Parasitic Gene Flow, Psycho Wand, you know, Rika's Claw, Heavenly Power. Then you look at Blue and they get like Soul Vanish. And Soul Vanish is okay, but just not as universal. So silly. Anyway, I'm going to, I guess, end the run and set up for another character, and we'll take a very short break. Hellraiser. I when I first started, I was like, wait, why did I make anything other than Viridian? I was like, this is just stupid ID. Just I don't understand. And then they're like, yeah, we're gonna get all the IDs in line. We're gonna nerf this. Blue will get like one more rare, and like, oh, Viridian I guess doesn't get one item. Like, okay. I'm like, oh yes, that Viridian nerf. I really felt that as a character that could do every endgame run possible with no downsides at all to my ID. Yes, I have been taught the lesson. It's shenanigans, really. I'll leave these on here for now. I'll restock in case I change my mind about playing them later. But I think that'll be it for the RaMarL runs. Move on to another category of character. We'll give another mini side. The only downside is the man is Paracelsus Uber for Rid, but who cares? It's like, oh, I was about to say, oh no, they have to struggle. There's something they don't get instantly. What a shame. I do love that they really just get like every single possible, like obviously not all of them is not possible, but it's just like, it's funny to me that they get like the Gatling gun, they get limiter, they get the red ring, parasitic gene flow. It's like, man, V101, they get Excalibur. It's like, what a privileged ID. They're so good at everything. It's kind of ridiculous. Oh wait, hold on. They might not have top tier spaceship. They might have one weakness. Hold on, let's confirm. What can they do in spaceship? Clearly the most run of places. Oh yeah, see, they only get a god arm there. They don't get Daylight Scar. Oh wait, but then they gave them a Heart of item, which people will trade money for it. Darn it, Viridian. I'm like, come on. Yeah, I know. So silly. Viridian is just like, listen, if you don't know what ID to pick, it's Viridian. They even give V501. Like, it's so insane. I guess they're missing V502, right? Is that all they're really missing from true endgame? I think so. Yeah, I think that's their only true endgame rare they're missing. So silly. Anyway, we're gonna give a mini sign off. Obviously, we have a lot to go with the stream. But I think this will be it for our Purple Ranger. For people watching on YouTube, I guess I'll say thanks for watching and see you in the next part.